All right, so I have a Solana update for September 17th, Lunar Eclipse happening. Welcome back to the Crypto Astro channel, bringing a radical, innovative new approach to crypto analysis, combining technical analysis with astrology. I'll give my predictions at the end of this video, but please use caution in the comments below as there are many spam bots, so please ignore those strange comments. None of this content is financial or investment advice. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes. Okay, here's the chart. So we have Solana. It's stair-stepping upwards a little bit, but will this hold? That is the question. It's looking okay. It's looking, things are holding up decently. Let's look at the weekly. We have 50% levels, so we do want to get past the levels of, well, we're bouncing off of this 50% level from this peak to this bottom. So we're above 130. That's good for the short term. If we want to see more bullish action, we have to get above 137, build support on that 50% level, and then the next level is 144. We're not quite there yet, so still room to go. All right, so let's look at the Solana Astrology. So this is really interesting as we have a lunar eclipse coming up. It's at 25 degrees over here in Pisces. See this moon over here. And the interesting thing is that the Solana sun is going to be within 1 degree. So the Solana sun is going to be conjunct this lunar eclipse. This is very significant. This could potentially bring a correction if Solana has not already seen the bottom of this move right now. There could be more downside. Now we do have about less than 24 hours to go, so we will see, but there's definitely potential that there could be a dump and probably a rebound, because typically, so this is a full moon lunar eclipse. Typically on full moons, we see a dump and a pump. So we will see. The good news is it's not a total lunar eclipse. It's just partial. And so it's not as intense. So we'll see if there is a correction, how low are we going to go. The good news is if we look at the astrology heading out, so we're in September right now. We have this really positive transit leading into October. This Uranus sextiling the Solana sun, getting a direct hit on October 16th. That is good news, as we could be getting a pump into October if all goes well. This is the second pass of this transit. The first pass was roughly around July 5th, when there was a rally from 127 all the way to 183 around July 28th. At that time, Saturn made an exact conjunction to the Solana natal Neptune in late July, killing the rally. This time, Saturn is not harming Solana, and in fact, is a positive for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if there is a major Solana dump of the September 17th lunar eclipse, it could be an important buying opportunity. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm thinking, as Solana could really outperform in October if all goes well, unless markets are tanking. We got to pay attention to the macro as well for the S&P 500, the Dow Jones. But this could, I repeat, this could be a good opportunity here. This also tracks with Pluto stationing direct on the Bitcoin natal Jupiter and progressed Sun around October 11th as a possible bullish pivot for Bitcoin after the eclipses. The only issue is there is Uranus conjuncting the unfavorable fixed star Algol the last 2 weeks of October, but that's a ways away. Now let's take a look at this chart, Solana versus Bitcoin. Now we are getting a very nice general uptrend here. And so that is looking good. We take a look at Solana versus Ethereum. Even more so. We're stair-stepping upwards, and now it's going even steeper upwards. So when we see those nice uptrends, that is very good news. We're sitting way above this 50% level. So if the Ethereum was to take off, we could see a correction here, something like that. But so far, Solana is outperforming Ethereum and has been doing so for a very, very long time. Now, taking a look at the Solana stochastic RSI, we have been on this downtrend for a while. We're hitting some lows right now. If we want to see Solana break out, we need to see it cross this orange line, build momentum. It needs to get above 20 here and maybe bounce and then head back up. We need to see that momentum come into the Solana chart here to see higher highs coming in. Then let's take a look at the monthly. This is not looking so great, honestly, and hate to be negative, but really I'm just looking at the chart. It doesn't matter if we're being negative or positive. Those are just judgments. We're just being neutral and looking at the charts. And what I mean is that we attempted to get a stochastic RSI cross. We attempted to cross through this orange line and we weren't able to, and we got rejected. So that is not good. We just got to look at the chart, what the chart is telling us right here. And then the 2-month, this is showing a macro. When in doubt, zoom out. A macro downtrend. So that's not looking great either. The only potential if we get a move up is maybe if we break back up like that. That's possible. But overall, this is in a macro downtrend. So that is looking overall bearish. Just got to be honest with what I'm seeing. Another very important chart is the federal funds rates meeting happening on September 18th, the day after this lunar eclipse, and there's a 67% chance that they are going to cut rates twice, and only a 33% chance now that they're going to cut once. Many days ago, about a week ago, it was way more likely they were going to cut one time, so I was feeling more bullish. Typically when they cut rates twice, when they cut aggressively, that typically means that something's wrong in the markets and they're trying to fix it, they're trying to recover things, and typically that follows with dumps because it can instill fear in the markets, can instill confusion, and things can go wrong, things can break in the markets. All right, so what is the best case scenario and the worst case scenario? That's kind of fun to talk about. Well, obviously the best case scenario is we continue to stair step upwards. We start getting above these 50% levels. We get above 144 and we just start shooting upwards. Obviously that would be the best case scenario. We want to see those that bullish momentum come in. We want to see the weekly stochastic RSI start to break out. We get that stochastic RSI cross. There still could be a chance of a flush out, maybe even on this lunar eclipse, as I've been talking about. But after that, we could continue to move upwards. Now, the worst case scenario, and this is definitely possible too, is that we start heading back down. Correction. I was even looking at this chart from the blockchain backer. He made this prediction back in November, I believe, of last year, where he was thinking the total crypto market cap was going to break out and then just trade sideways for about maybe even a year. So that was back in November last year. So if we go back there, we go to the total market cap, we zoom out, we are trading sideways. So if worst case scenario, we could be doing this for a while, maybe even till March of next year. And so that would be the bearish case. We would have to be patient. The good news is we could buy more at lower prices. There's a lot of altcoins that are at very low prices right now, arguably. So I am nibbling at some of those, but I am also ensuring with stop losses that I have enough cash on hand to dollar cost average in over the next few months, ideally. hopefully if the lows come back in. But that's really the worst case scenario, and that's actually not super bad. I don't think we are in a time we're going to see a great financial crisis yet. I will tell you when I think that's coming, and I do share that information in my private Crypto Astro Mastermind. The next Crypto Astro Mastermind, just a quick announcement, is happening in about 12 hours from now. So coming up very, very soon. In this next call, I am going to be talking about Bitcoin and the altcoin astrology all the way through Q1 2025. So all the way to March 2025. We can look at the astrology, see what hints we see to give us a feel for if markets are trading sideways until then, or if we're going into an all-time high by the end of this year, which is more likely. So definitely click the links below to get access to this. We do have one more ticket for a membership, lifetime access for only $4.97 or 3 monthly installments. You click the button and then you head down here. Like I said, we got one more spot at that rate before the prices go up. You click this button and sign out. All right, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Let's hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. All right, guys, definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you on the next video.